Hello and welcome to the video. Today we'll be taking a look at my fifth completed build, which is AMT's 1955 Bel Air Sedan, kit number 6771. As many of you know, this is Bob Falfa's 55 from American Graffiti. The AMT kit being the only sedan 55 available, so that's the reason for choosing that kit. As you can see, the Bel Air side trim has been removed to create the 150 look, as well as the radius rear wheel wells. Got the chrome reverse wheels on there. Moving around to the front, the hood scoop is just a scratch built or formed hood scoop from evergreen styrene. Just kind of heated and shaped around a mold. And we got the skull hanging in there, which I created from a green army man. It's the only thing I could find that would be roughly small enough, and I'm not a good enough sculptor to bring it from scratch, so it's a good template to kind of whittle down with. Just a shiny black 55 is the main thing. Coming around to the back, still missing a license plate and the trim ring for the Chevy emblem, but I will eventually get those put on. The wheels aren't perfect, but it's what I had. Those wheels are off the 1934 AMT pickup, Ford pickup. Like I said, this was Bob Falfa's car, so movie being set in 62, I built it as a period correct type vehicle. And what I mean by the period correct, that a lot of people know that the original prop cars were from two-lane blacktop, and they had big block 454s and 427s in them, as well as a fiberglass flip front, which, from what I can tell, in 62 wouldn't have been common for these cars. They were just starting to hit the racetracks for the Willys in 62, so I figured I'd better have the standard front end on it. And then the 454s and 427 generation motors, which would be the Mark IVs, Mark IV Chevy big blocks, didn't come out till 65 with the 396. So this one, I stayed with a big block car, but if anybody knows, we went with a Mark I big block, which is the 348 409 family, which seemed appropriate for 62, being that the new hot thing in the big Chevys. I did a scratch built air cleaner. Everything I had was kind of a billet look, so I just went with a plain chrome look. The fin valve covers are just too cool to not use. Let's see if we can move around to see what we can see in the inside here. The black and white interior. Granted, it's still Bel Air trimmed, but it's close enough. See, it's got the appropriate steering wheel, manual car. You can see in the back it's got the tonneau cover and roll bar. The tonneau cover coming from Drag City Castings. It was okay, but for me it just didn't fit that well. And although I used it, I don't know that you would need to have it. You could probably scratch build it with a little bit of finesse. And that's a hand-built roll bar out of some scratch styrene. An awesome black showing every fingerprint as you touch it. See if we can get inside there. Good looking dash. 4-speed car. Take a look underneath and Just kind of left it as a somewhat primered bottom, as if Bob had just kind of got the car together, and well, he was looking to show off how hot the car was, so out looking for people to race. The black is base coat, clear coat, 2K clear. I had originally done this with the same black lacquer that I'd done the Chevelle with, but for whatever reason, that lacquer was just making all of the trim come back. Most bizarre thing I'd ever seen. Because I'd sanded everything flat and smooth in the plastic, primed it, sanded it smooth, so it was obviously all flat and gone. But for whatever reason, that paint would pull it up, and it was very prominent afterwards. Like as if when I chiseled the trim and stuff down, it packed the plastic, and then that lacquer kind of loosened it and swelled it back up and made it very prominent again, which I had sanded back down again and redone it with the lacquer, and once again it showed up in numerous spots. And it wasn't like it was I had missed a spot sanding, because it was nearly the entire trim was back. Certainly one of the most bizarre things that I've experienced in my painting careers. So I just ended up going with a straight black and a 2K clear coat over it. I kind of want to go with the lacquer because that would have been more appropriate look for the car, but nothing wrong with a good shiny 2K clear job. And I think I forgot to mention, but the exhaust was just some solder exhaust. And this is the kit that has the single exhaust molded in. And I made the other side that is part of a Bic pen. And then again, the solder exhaust. But if I were to ever do it again, I would definitely grab the AMT 57 chassis. There's either a version without any exhaust, and then there's a version with dual exhaust already on it. So little heads up for if you guys want to build one. And again, the AMT being the only one that is a sedan version, which means it has the post, which is appropriate body style. And I see a lot of people use the hard tops, which is fine, but it's a totally different roof line. Like if you look where this C-pillar comes down, it comes down in the middle of the wheel well. Well, the Bel Airs, or the hard tops, will come in the forward portion of the wheel well. And it's also a shorter window area. I guess kind of like a chopped, factory chop. It's like 1.5 to 2 inches lower. Same with like the Nomads and stuff. They had that hard top, shorter roof line. I think that's why a lot of people prefer the hard tops, because they do have almost that kind of a factory chopped look. But post cars are pretty dang cool as well. But I don't know, that's about as much as I can say about this kit. It had its issues as far as like the tunnel, transmission tunnel on the body. You have to sand down a little bit to get it to sit flush, but it's nothing more than a couple minutes of sanding or filing won't take care of. You hear a lot of people come up with that issue, even in the modern release. I believe this is actually the first release of this kit. So, yeah. Let me know what you think of it. Please like the video, comment. I always enjoy the comments and try to get back to you as soon as I'm aware of them. And thanks for watching.